Evening folks, welcome to our latest stream here at the new club. Should be a good one tonight. Don't really have that many doubles matches, so this is one of our first ones between Rob and Malcolm against Mark and Richard. It's quite a hard one to call this. I think Mark's been playing pretty well recently, but obviously there was Rob won the flyer on Sunday, so Gav's got his loyalties in already. 4K Kiddo he's going for, so it'll be interesting. Yeah, so let's say 50 quid ahead, so it's a nice friendly game. I don't think Malcolm's been. I think Malcolm maybe played in the Bucky versus Elgin match, but he hasn't been through here for any of our flyers, so I'm not really too sure on how Malcolm plays. But I'm sure he'll be feeling confident. Let me try and get this shared. Oh no, they've already shared it. That's okay. Mark must have done it. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, I'm back. So yeah, they've a good start from Malcolm and Rob here. This is an awkward kind of shot. This could go wrong. I think he'll play it off the cushion, off the yellow, and try and pot it, rather than play the direct plant. No, he's went for the plant. Played it nicely. Played it really nicely. So I think it'll be the plant again here. Doesn't want to lose this yellow behind the red. Yeah, just slightly overhit that there. Maybe want to just. He could play the safety now and play the hook, or he could try and pot the one or hang the one even on the left hand side. Depends how he's thinking. Not much value in hanging this really. The only thing that stops it, makes it a little bit easier, a little bit more difficult for Richard and Mark to snooker him. But on the flip side, he had a good chance to develop that difficult yellow on the right hand side and play the snooker, or certainly concern. Oh, that's the reclothed table that's taken that. That's definitely normally a rattler. That was quite a way off the cushion there. So it's all about, not perfect from Mark there. It was all about, he needed to get an angle really on that one in the middle to be able to go down and go into the red and the yellow together at the bottom. He's kind of just overhit that and left it a little bit awkward for Richard. It's another one of them, you don't want to keep potting and pot your way into trouble. I'm not sure he played it, but that would have been nice if he'd managed to pot that yellow over the pocket there. It would have made the safety much easier for them. I think Mark's going to have to take this. Yeah, just take this one up the top. Dead weight. Doesn't have to hit it too hard. We should be on the one in the middle. Yeah, really nice pot. Again, it's hard to see what angle we have here. I could screw right back. You can maybe force this with a bit of right hand side. And yeah, that's not the first. He got a chance of a snooker there. If he moved his head out of the way, we would be able to see that. Yeah, so not a total here. An easy hit, and if he does hit it, he could put them in a little bit of trouble. This one's a nice soft one. 1, 2. Yeah, he's played that nicely. So, yeah, just a containing safety again from Richard here. Malcolm just a little bit unfortunate where the yellow landed. It meant that Rob's not able to cut that in. I think it's going to have to be the same. He's just got to just roll down and touch this, knock it off the rail. He's obviously going to leave them a cut on the red, but it's not easy, and gets that yellow in a much better position. Yeah, well, he's been a little bit more aggressive than that, and that's worked out pretty well. I think they can see the bottom one of the two, possibly a cut across, but it's an aggressive shot. But again, at least it would cover the yellow. No, maybe can't see enough of that. Yeah, he's just flicked. Oh, he's left a gap though. That wasn't a good shot. So a chance for Malcolm. We'd have to hit it quite hard to get back across the table for the black, but it's certainly on. I mean, either that, I can roll it in and see how your luck is with a bit more of a trick shot on the black. Yeah, and that's unlucky with putting it safe as well. That's probably one of the worst outcomes that he could have had. I would fully expect Richard and Mark to be tapping these two in, and straightforward black. But we'll see. It's early doors. See how they're feeling, if they're confident. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Stun it in or roll through, however you're feeling. Yeah, he's went for the roll through, a bit more angle than it looked from here. That's perfect. Yeah, and there we go. 1-0 to Mark and Richard. Let's see what colour they're going to take on the scoreboard. It doesn't matter, I was just waiting for you to update it. Aye. Yeah, pretty good first frame from both teams there. Obviously Rob and Malcolm got off to the faster start, just slightly overhit a yellow, put it safe, and then Mark and Richard were able to work it out well from there. Kept it tight where they had to. So again, not an easy start. I think you would have to go for reds here. That one up the top left first. It's all about getting an angle to try and open that one up that's tied onto the yellow. Oh no, that hasn't helped at all. That's the problem. Sometimes I think he was looking just to open things up and develop a little bit, and it's just gone slightly wrong. Not an issue though, it just means that the finish on this visit is a little harder, or almost impossible now, I would say. So you've got to beware not to be too aggressive either. You don't want to open up for Malcolm and Rob. They're more than capable if you let them in, so keep it tight if you need to. Yeah, and this is the concern, you know, he's just didn't really need to pot that. It's kind of into a little bit of trouble. You don't want to now open this up too much and leave a chance of yellows, or even worse, miss it altogether and give them two shots. Yeah, so Mark's hit it. That's not too bad. Hasn't opened it up too much and didn't give away the two, so he couldn't have asked for much more than that. Again, I'd be tempted just to hang this one. There's no real value in going for it. You're leaving a very difficult pot. Probably the one next to the black for your next shot, which if you get it, you're opening them up, but if you don't get it, you're risking throwing the frame away with the reds. Whereas you just roll this in, make them play a difficult shot. Sit. Yeah, he did. He tried to hang that by the looks of things. He's tried to hang that. I say Rob's got this one next to the black. He's got the plant on the left hand side there, but evening hustle. Yeah, he's going for it. So it's just concentrate on the pot, don't worry too much about what you're doing with the white. And I think he's maybe actually played that, that's not bad. Keeps it tight. So Mark's been playing pretty well recently, so Rob's probably seen that. He won't be wanting to open things up and leave Mark and Richard the chance to have a go at running the table. I think there's a good chance of getting a hook here though. If we can just knock that yellow off the right hand side cushion, he should be able to get in behind it. Put Mark and Richard in a bit of trouble. I'm not quite sure what else they're looking at here. Yeah, this is definitely the shot. Cut that a little bit fine there, and it's giving Mark the chance of this one in the middle. I'm not sure if he can maybe even screw into it and just slightly move the yellow next to the red. He's playing top. Yeah, I think I would have been screwing that, but yeah, maybe still goes. That's what Richard's just having a look now. Well, if it goes, he couldn't have left it any better, that's for sure. Need a little bit of thinking on the black. Needs to finish on the low side. Bottom of the black line in the middle of the table there would be perfect. Yeah, that was... It was tight, but I thought Mark would have got closer than that. He's missed that by quite a way. Again, maybe just overthinking a little bit. Is Rob going to play the snooker here? Probably the most sensible shot. Yeah, that's not bad. Even better if it's not a snooker. Means that Richard's got to hit a cushion after hitting the red. Yep. As you see... Now I think I would just be flicking that one out on the right hand side cushion there. And just playing the snooker. Having the yellow up towards that, the middle pocket on the right hand side. And you're kind of, the black's kind of blocking the easy route across the table as well then. For the red. Yeah, that's not bad. Like I say, maybe a little bit too far. I think it makes it a little bit easier for Mark to hit now because he can goes direct onto that side cushion. The black's not in the way for that, so. Whereas if he was just a little bit closer to that middle pocket, it made it a little bit more difficult to hit. Always got round the back of it. Yeah. Wasn't the easiest for Mark to hit there, but I did fancy him to get it. So it's all about how they want to try and develop what they've got here. I mean, if that plants into the middle pocket, they're laughing. So he wants to get rid of his ball up the top there, out of the way. Work his way down the table. Possibly play the plant his next shot. Yep. That's pretty good. Just depends how straight it is, or... Yeah, it looks pretty straight on there. I think I'd be taking that first. Yeah, that's a risk. That was a risky one. I think the plant at least guaranteed you covering the table. Covering the pocket, sorry. Has he got the snooker? No, it doesn't look like he has. Yeah, it was hard for Richard to hold any better than that, but that's pretty good. Just Mark needs to compose himself. Should be able to roll this in. Yeah, the shot. Yeah, I think the shot was the plant there rather than that slightly more difficult one down the rail. Just because of where the white was positioned. It was always a possibility to play that one, but I would have preferred to have played it myself when there was a little bit more of a... less of a cut on it. So do we have any final score predictions tonight? It's looking like Mark and Richard at the moment, but as we've seen so many times with these matches, it can change quite quickly. A couple of quick frames and all of a sudden the pressure's on. Oh, Mark could have been doing without that. It's a bit unlucky to leave the yellow awkward like that. I would be saying he'll probably cut that yellow in on the left hand side at the bottom there. Try and go into the reds and open the one just above it. Next. Is he looking to play the plant? I think I would have just been playing the other one, but this will work as well. Yeah, he's kind of taking the pocket there, that's not so bad. A slight bit of fortune as well, really. He hasn't left anything. Nothing simple. There's a plant in the middle there, but it's certainly not an easy shot. It doesn't look like that red in the middle of the table goes up the top. Oh, sailed in. Absolutely sailed in. Great pot. Like I say, they just need to watch they don't pot themselves into trouble here, opening up space for Mark and Richard. They need to somehow find angles on that bottom ball to either pot that yellow over the right hand side pocket or develop something. He's going to power this into the middle, take the white off the top cushion, back down, try and pot the yellow. He's running out of options to do something like that, so oh Rob, you're in the road. I was unlucky. It was definitely the right idea. Again, not an easy shot, but he had the right idea about what he was trying to do. Difficult to see what he's going to do here. Just put that red down in between the two yellows on the bottom left hand side. Make it awkward. Yeah, well, it's just that one problem ball, which isn't too bad. If you play that one on the right hand side near the middle pocket, if you play that down the rail onto the left hand side of the red with the yellow over the pocket, it will move the red and leave the other yellow over the pocket, so it's certainly a good opportunity here. I think I would be taking the two down the bottom on the left hand side first, play the plant and then play the next one, and then work my way back up the table to the one almost in the middle of the table, then play the plant. Yeah, he's decided to go this way. I'm not sure that's the way I would have went there. Just seemed a better option to be able to pot that two. They're not covering anything, that two on the bottom left hand side, so just for getting a little bit better position, I think that's the way I would have went about it there. You don't want to leave yourself open to a bit of luck here. Personally, I think I'd be potting that one up the left, top left, and hitting it quite hard, and as I say, looking for that little bit of luck, looking for that perfect cannon to pot the one over the pocket. Has he got it? Has he got it? I'll tell you in a second. He has, and that's it. That is exactly it. That's why I would have went about the yellows the other way. Just left him a chance that didn't really need to leave him. think you've got to take the one closest to the pocket, stun up the cushion a little bit, and then you've either got the red into the top left hand corner or the left middle, and then play the one down the bottom last. Yeah, he's just not played that well. He knows it, Malcolm. A little grimace there. I think he's going to have to try and screw this one in. And draw the ball back for the one on the rail. Doesn't look like he's digging all that deep on it, but again, it can be deceiving. Nah. Well, here you go, boys. You should be taking this out. You've got to be happy to get a second chance. Yeah, you've just got to play these sensible. Don't leave yourself a chance to be snookered behind that black when you're. Yeah, now it's the more difficult pot, but I think that's probably the right one. As I say, less chance of snookering yourself here. You've just got to make sure that even if you miss it, you get it right in the jaws so it doesn't rattle and come off and sit next to that red. Yep, good shot. So I should just tap this in and leave the black in the middle. Already we're looking at it thinking Rob and Malcolm need to get a frame on the board. Only becomes harder the further you fall behind. I haven't been out of this game at all by any means. It's just probably the odd shot here and there just slightly makes a difference. Like I say, just taking the one over the pocket there and just stunned up the rail, but he just kind of got stuck in between two mines and ended up in no man's land almost. Couple good Champions League games on at the club tonight as well. I think Newcastle, Barcelona are on, and we've also got Man City Napoli. It should be a good one. Club Bruges showing what a good side they are. 3-0 up at the moment against Monaco as well. All live here at the new club, of course. Didn't really seem to split there, Richard. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Also, I think if they can get a frame on the board, it just helps you settle a little bit. I don't know if Malcolm's played these type of matches before in Bucky or not. I know Rob's had a few, but it's a lonely place. You start to slide behind. They've by no means played badly. It's just they haven't quite got there at the end of the frames. Just as I say, the odd shot here and there just kind of maybe runs them out of position slightly. So that break didn't really help anybody. It's kind of kept them all quite tight. So quite a lot of work in this frame. It's another one of them. You don't want to go potting too many balls and leave yourself in trouble. I think I would take that one in the blue spot into the top right hand corner. and then possibly just play a snooker off of the one on the top rail and sitting behind the other one. Yeah, so it's looking like he's playing this. Mark doesn't tend to hit them too hard, so I don't think he'll be trying to blast into it. Yeah, you'll be quite happy with that. Didn't really have a huge benefit. I mean, if he'd potted it, they could have went into them, but I think at 3-0 they're better to try and keep it safe. Don't give Malcolm and Rob that lifeline to take out a big finish and give themselves a little bit of confidence. Hello, Shambles. Good to hear from you. After last night's excellent performance, helping guide the new Club D to a 6-4 victory over the Ionic. Yeah, that'll do, lads. Again, no real benefit in potting that. You were just in trouble, so it's as well hanging. Yeah, same shot again there from Richard. I don't believe that he went for that. I think it was just a case of putting it over the pocket, making it awkward for his opponents, which he certainly has. There's no easy shot here. It's hard to see. If he can see the one up the top, it would just be a case of flicking it and trying to leave the white as far up the top as he can. If not, if he could come off the cushion and knock it down the way, maybe. It just means you've got to hit it that little bit harder. Oh, and he's giving him 2. I think I would be taking the chance now and trying to open these up a little bit. With having that 2 bottom bags covered, you're in a very, very strong position. Yeah, that's not went great, but again, it doesn't really matter. Can play this plant into the bottom left hand corner now. Leave himself one of the yellows up the top, I think. Either that or the one in the middle. Almost push this red. Oh, very, very aggressive. Not exactly how I would have played it myself, but it's worked out not bad. I would have still liked to keep the second yellow over that bottom left pocket there, rather than playing it like that and opening it up. Just makes it that. Obviously, I've only got the one pocket covered now if you do miss. He just cannot get them out. He's trying and trying and trying. Cannot get that yellows out. Well, lads, there's your chance to get back into it a little bit. Try and take control back in this frame. I think if that one goes up the top pocket, just take it now. If they could get onto this one on the right hand side and double it across to the other side and take that pocket. It'd been a very strong position. Rob. That was a mistake. I think he obviously just tried to hit that a little bit thinner and bounce off the jaw and back out. He might have been better screwing into that. Again, that's not the best from Richard there. With the 2 shots. Still got time, but he would have. I think he would have liked to leave these a little bit easier. Does the bottom one and the bottom yellow in the middle of the table, does it cut into the corner perhaps? I think he can see enough of it. Mark just playing safe here. Oh, it went as well. So difficult to see here sometimes. I should have checked the side camera. I think he's got to try and cut this in the middle. Oh, I wouldn't be taking the one over the pocket first. That's risky, yeah. Sensible shot is just to cut that into the middle, Mark. Yeah, that's the shot. I say it's not an easy one, but it's not one that you need to make, really. Yeah, good pop. Just need to stun up the table now. Up that right hand cushion. Black in the middle. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a fan of that. Well, I think I would have been stunning that up the rail a little bit rather than coming off the cushion and going into the red. It just made that you just didn't get the shot quite as straight as maybe Mark would have liked. The way he's been potting, I did still fancy him to pot it, but it was just maybe a little bit more awkward than it needed to be. And so the balls are all there, boys. Now's your chance. Get on the board. This could be an off in the middle you have to watch. Yeah. I think playing with maybe a little lack of confidence here. Just I think they know the importance of this frame. I think I'd be going for the one in the middle of the table and coming across and leaving one of that 2 down the bottom into the bottom left hand corner, but this could be close to the middle of the pocket. He's got it, but if he's a bit straight, it's hard to get onto them. That looks pretty straight to me. I mean, again, he can just roll it in and they can play the snooker. It's probably the sensible shot rather than trying to go for too much here, and it's easy to miss the pot when you're trying to hit it too hard. just like that. I think I'll just be rolling that down the rail, Richard. A little bit of right hand side so it doesn't go into the opposite middle, and you should be fine. Or left hand side, whatever you prefer. That was risky. It's not an easy plant, but it certainly does plant. You know, there's a good gap between the two reds, so it's probably something they can take on. I think you can actually see the outside of the far off one. You could just flip off of that and play this safety. Yeah, and that's the problem, the way he's played it. He's not left the black. It doesn't now go past those reds, so it's just gone a little bit awkward for Mark and Richard here, as they were in full control of this frame a minute ago. Yeah. Not an easy shot there from Mark. Do they both go past? Yes, they both do go past. I think I'll be taking the bottom one of the two first. A bit of top right hand side. And then coming across for the one on the side. He may try to take the two in the middle of the table first and then leave the one for down the rail for his last shot. Just not hit that hard enough. Just didn't get into that at all. Yep, I think Rob's saying to play the safety off of this one. I think that's probably right. Just don't go in off here. Yeah, he's played that nice. So again, he's left them a chance for maybe he hasn't even left a chance for a double. I think it will double into the top left hand corner as well, but they're just struggling to get going a little bit. Owen, I think once they can get a frame, get a wee spark, they'll be fine. We'll see, this could be it. Just roll this in and you're guaranteed to be on the other one. Just all about the pace, just pocket pace. Side on, Kiddo's going to be in the way of this one. Looks like he's playing it in the top corner, I think. Yeah, he's not got it though. Missed it by quite a way. I think he was paying a lot of attention trying to get the white safe there, but it never really happened. Right, come on then, lads. Let's see it. You can see they're nervous, just taking their time. I think they realise what a big frame this is. playing for a pint in the pub and you just get down, you pot these two without even thinking. Oh, Rob. Rob. I don't think there was a need to hit that so hard. I just needed to tap that in. I think I just left Malcolm anywhere in the table there. Just try to get a wee bit too close to it. Didn't really need to. And that's 4-0. No, it's a wee bit different when you're playing for somebody as well, Russell, rather than the Flyers. You're obviously only playing for yourself. It doesn't quite have so much pressure on it, Ken, or you know what you're comfortable with for your next shot. I think he's just tried to get a little bit too close to the black there, to make it as easy as possible for Malcolm, whereas if he'd been on the black himself there, he might not have tried to go into that quite so hard. But like I say, if they can rattle off a couple of frames on the spin, it takes them right back into it. It's not an insurmountable lead 4-0 when you're playing to 10. It's these games can ebb and flow in both directions, so we'll see how it goes. I think Mark's just at the bar at the moment. Never offered me a drink. Terrible that. I think Mark's looking at the plant here, the Reds. Needs to make it. Risky one. Yeah, that's the problem with that. Now you've left them for the lads. That one goes in the middle. He's laughing because he's got an easy starter and then he can leave that pocket covered. If not, just go for it now. Make sure you get on them. Yeah, cut that along the bottom rail now. Another one of them, not a disaster if you hang it, but if you pot it, you should be perfect on that one in the middle bag. Just plain ball. Yeah, I would just plain ball. I wouldn't be looking to do too much here. You've still got a bit of an angle here. Just plain ball and you'll be on it. Perfect. Just take your time. Say that was a risky shot, Mark, taking on that the plant there. It's kind of Oh, he's just overhit that again. No need to hit that so hard. Didn't want the black going over there. And I don't know if that red goes now. You need to be very precise with your position to get on it. If you're on it now, go for it. If you can see that now, go for it. You might not get the chance again. Can I see from the side camera? I tell you what, I think he's on that one next to the black. I think I would have to be taking that just now. Not easy to get back on into that exact position again. Yep, he's too straight. Too straight on this by the looks of that. So they ought to get back out for that one. Again, this is where it's kind of going to force Rob into hitting this a lot harder than he would actually want to, I think. They might just have to bite the bullet and pot it and just make sure they can hit the red rather than trying to get an angle to pot it. Yeah, had a good chance of the clearance there. Just one shot to hit a little bit hard. Just made that last red a little bit awkward for them. Apart from that, they took them out quite nicely. So it just seems to be at the end of the frames, they're kind of broken down a little bit and causing them to struggle. Not bad, Richard. Not bad. I think I'll be trying to cut this into the middle now. Screw off of the bottom cushion and go into that yellow and black together. Try and move it early rather than leave it in. Yeah, that's not the way I would have played that one. I always like to be quite aggressive and get into these balls as quickly as possible, and then it's less of an issue at the end of frames when you're running out of balls to try and develop things. I always like to have 2 or 3 opportunities to do that first. I think I'd maybe be trying to cut this. It's not the easiest shot. The double's the easiest shot, but at least if you cut it and miss it, you're blocking the pocket. This is risky. Now that could be 2 shots. Did that hit the cushion first? Let me see. Yeah, he's lifted it. He has lifted it. That's what I thought. It hit the what happened there was that the whites hit the cushion first, and then it's came off the cushion and hit the red. So obviously resulting in 2 shots for Mark and Richard. So yeah, that was always a risky shot to play that the way they played it. And again, this is it. This is what I was meaning earlier on. We're kind of running out of balls now and running out of options to be able to get into that last, that awkward yellow. And it's kind of one of that do or die. Richard's looking where Mark wants him, where he wants Mark to leave him. He's going to have to go into this directly, I think. I would have liked to have been a bit straighter on this one. Now it'll come off the bottom cushion, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. So that was the reason that I would have wanted to come off the bottom cushion, because just the position of where the red was, and you could have went into them a bit harder and you were always going to be still on one. Whereas now, Mark's looking to take this one. I think I would be going for the other one, just the white. You could lose the white a little bit here. Yep, there you go. That's the last couple of frames. I've just been in a really strong position. I just played a couple of poor shots. Let their opponents back in. That was a nice recovery from Richard there, though. He's played a nice safety. The problem he's got is if that is a total, Rob can just come off of this side cushion and nestle into the back of the red next to the black, and then they are in all sorts of bother. Must be a total. Yeah, if you just flick that, Rob. Don't hit it too hard. Just roll it. Just roll it. Just roll it. Just roll it. Didn't need to do that. Just where that yellow was, there was no need to do that. Just needed to flick the red as he did and just leave the white behind it. I don't know if that's because he's forgotten that after the total snooker he doesn't need to hit the cushion, or if he's just not seen it. Yep, Mark's just going to play this red off the bottom cushion, leave him still on the yellow. Yep, perfect. Tap this in, almost a straight black for 5-0. Yep, 5-0. This is going to be over quickly if Rob and Malcolm don't start racking up some frames here. None of the breaks have been great tonight. The balls are kind of sticking together a little bit. You're not really getting the opportunity to try and take the frame out in one visit. Definitely reds here. Okay, he's going yellow. And I thought the red into the middle would have been the shot there. All the reds go somewhere, whereas the yellows are a little bit tied up. that's not really made it any better. I'll screw this in and be on the one next to the yellow. I think that's what he's doing, yeah. Don't think it's straight enough just to roll through, is it? Yeah, that's what he's looking at. He's looking at that one. I'm not really sure what the plan is for the last yellow on the right hand side there. Possibly leave a double. Yeah, I didn't expect Richard to miss that by that far, but it sparked out not too bad. Hasn't really left anything super easy. Ah, good shot. Nice pot. So all the reds are there, boys. Come on. Let's see you get one on the board. Hey, we'll take that. Get it any way you can, lads. So we managed to get the plant. Just left it a little bit awkward that last, the other one he hit. Oh, great shot. Great shot, Rob. Yeah, same again. I think he would have maybe just been better punching that in and leaving the long black into this bottom corner rather than getting down the table for the double there. Same again here, just roll it in, don't try and get too close to that black. That's been the undoing of them this last few frames. Just overhitting, trying to get perfect position where you can leave yourself a longer, more difficult shot. Come on, Malcolm. Get it. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! And the crowd goes wild. 5-1. Well done, lads. Say they could, it's a long road back from 5-0, but if they rattle off another couple here, the pressure will start to tell on Richard and Mark. We can see how they cope with that. Oh, can't believe that's dry. Looked like it was definitely going to make a red there. But yep, I would say reds are probably the number one choice. Taking that one up in the top right, top left, top right again. Work my way back down the table. Right in the way there, Mark. I know there's not much to him, but he still takes up a lot of the camera. Picked yellows. Okay then. Yeah, that was a strange decision for me there. I don't see the huge advantage of going yellows. I think he had an easier starter with reds, and the pattern was still there to take them out. So that's seems a bit of a strange one for me. That. I mean, the reds are slightly more awkward now because of where that yellow's landed. He might be able to move it here, would be the shot. Yep, that works out well. We can play the plant now. Unlucky Malcolm. Margin up with this one in the middle, and then he'll roll through and probably play the one just to the top of the black. Oh, I think that's what he was trying to play. That's fine. Now you'll have to play this one on the left hand side. Play it with a bit of screwing. I think I'd be playing a bit of top left there and trying to come back down the way. Yeah, that's not really. He's left himself a plant, but it's difficult. I think I would have been playing a bit of top left to come back down at the one on the bottom cushion there. Yeah, just again. Slightly chasing position every shot at the moment. So he's decided to leave the double. I need a little bit of luck here to get onto the last yellow. Yeah, this was my concern. He's missed the pot. Oh, yeah, he did get on it. I was worried that he would end up behind that red on the bottom cushion there. But he missed the pots, but he was on the yellow. It might have been a bit different if it had went in, but it was quite difficult to judge the gap, or it certainly looked like it from here. Has Rob got this? Yeah, that was nice. That was awkward. That it wasn't as easy a pot as it maybe looked. It's easy to miss them altogether when you're trying to cut them like that. So you see, you got a plan here, Malcolm. Needs a bit of luck, and you got it. And just roll this in, go up and hit the top one of the two, just touching it just for position. Just leave yourself on the bottom one of the two. Yep. Not exactly how I'd have played it, but almost the same outcome. And he plays this one in the corner now. Seems a little bit more focused. Malcolm is taking his time and oh, I did not see that happen. I thought it was thinner than that from this angle. I did not see him going in off there. Yeah, he's going to be upset with that. I think Richard's just going to try and screw across to the other side of this bottom. Oh! Wow. Don't know what's happened there. The white was spinning and not in the direction he wanted it to. What's Mark's plan here? Ooh. Not sure about that. I think he can cut that, and I think he would, if he plays at the right pace, he can end up in between the yellow and the black, and leave the other red in the left hand side middle there. That's not it was quite aggressive that for Mark. I don't think it was really the right shot. Yeah, you've overhit that a little bit, Rob. It's one of them. He's basically said, right, come on in. If you don't finish it, we will. Not easy for Richard to leave Mark an easy shot on the last yellow. So yeah, he's having to leave it a bit more difficult. Mark just needs to watch with that red. He doesn't run into the red and leave a difficult black here, or worse, snooker himself, or even worse, miss it. So you've got to go for that top one first, because if you miss it, you're leaving the snooker as well. If you pot it, it should be frame over. Yeah, Rob was slightly fortunate there. Like I say, Richard just had to leave Mark the difficult. Good shot, Malcolm. Yeah, he had to leave Mark the difficult yellow there. Again, like I say, Mark's been potting pretty well. I kind of expected him to get it, but these things happen. Rob's just having a think about where he wants this white. I think he's looking at that. I think I'd be looking in the same corner as the red. A bit of left hand side. Flip it over. Stop. That looks pretty good. Ooh. At 5-1 up, this is easy, Malcolm. At 5-1 down, not quite so much. Oh yes, well done. Confident, like I say. It's not over yet. I just need to keep rattling off the odd frame here or there. 5-2. You never know, we might have a game on. So I think it's 5-2. It must be Richard's break. Oh, there must be Malcolm must be having a toilet break. And here we go. Give that a good scalp. Put nothing down. A lot of dry breaks tonight. So I think it's got to be yellows. I take the one in the middle. Fuck, no, I think I would take the one in the corner first. And then come get the one off that bottom cushion, back up. Again, easier transition. Take a couple of these, clear a bit of space for yourself. Try and get yourself a good angle on the... See, I would maybe play that now. The one next to the red on that left hand side there, that goes into the middle. If you could play that now, it opens up the frame perfectly for them. Yeah, he's spotted it. That's unlucky, Malcolm. Definitely the right shot. Oh. Oh. Don't want to be too aggressive. Yeah, that's the shot, isn't it? That's right. So don't want to be too aggressive here. There's not a great deal for them to go for. Makes sense to play a little bit safer there. Oh man, I'm tired today. Oh. Not a bad pot there, Mark. Just got to work out how they're going to get these two off the cushion. I mean, that one on the right hand side, it's probably a good idea to try and get on that quite quickly. And even if you can hang this bottom bag, it takes control of the frame. Yeah, that's kind of left it awkward for Mark here. just made that a little bit awkward for him. Good chance now again, boys. He said it doesn't take much to get back into a match. A race to 10. It's a format we're not really used to, or most players aren't used to it. Just yeah, perfect. Play that one up the rail. Nothing fancy. So you can rely on the table at the moment. These shots aren't an issue. You just play them up quite comfortably. Nothing fancy, just leave the one you're next to in at the bottom corner. Yep, there you go. Maybe slightly under hit that. I think you can see, yeah, you can see the ones in the bottom rail there. I'm going to play that. Yeah. Yeah, good shot, Malcolm. Yeah, good kiss. Play the one in the middle, get onto the one in the bottom. Don't want to be too straight on it though. Yeah, that's nice. Now we'll trace the right hand side here. Don't want to snooker yourself. Go up and into that reds. Nice shot, Malcolm. That's okay. Wee grimace there, but I don't see it's really a problem. Another 3 or 4 inches would have been perfect, but oh, I tell you what, I did not see that. I thought he was cutting that. Loves a double, does Rob. Certainly got them mastered at the moment. So now Malcolm's just got to decide where he fancies this black. He's looking at the cut in the middle. He's got it in the corner. It's just whatever his preference is, really. Big shot. Oh, he's missed by quite a way. I think he could be in trouble here. Pot a couple of reds. Snooker behind the one on the right hand side at the top. Or he could be ultra aggressive and double that red next to the block at the moment. Couple options, just having a discussion. Let's see what better suits their style of play, suits what Mark fancies playing next. Yes, so I thought maybe just put a couple here and then play the snooker. Oof! I tell you what, I think that was a lot closer to missing than Mark would have been comfortable with. It doesn't even need to totally get the snooker here. Just and I don't think he has. I don't think that's at all. It's hard to see. It must be tight. Just come off the bottom cushion, left hand side. A good bit of left. I think you need more left hand side than that. The angle you're coming off the cushion. Put it in the middle. Be a good shot if you can get it. It looks like he needs more left hand side to me. Yeah. That isn't disaster though. Brave. I think I'd be taking the one up the top first, Richard. I know you've got a chance of leaving them a shot at the black, but it's certainly the easier, or the percentage shot to play. Yeah, he's got it. All about pace for Mark here. Is he going to leave it in the middle, or is he going to come right back? It looks like the middle, he's not got any side on it. He might have a bit of side to avoid the middle pocket if I was leaving it in the same corner. Yeah. So they've stopped the rot. That was a real chance there for Rob and Malcolm. 5-3, they were right back in it. 6-2's just means that they need to keep rattling off 2 in the spin, not conceding too many. So we're 6-2 now. Must be having a little toilet break. Be back shortly. Okay, so we're off again. Rob to break. 6-2. Again, they've kind of gone a bit awkward. Stick out. I think Richard would be wanting to go reds, but doesn't really have the opportunity here. Maybe just push this yellow onto the side cushion yet, and just leave himself tight on that red. Not really much of a safety shot here, to be honest. Not one that's straight ahead of him. He could hit into that and just screw the white back to exactly where it is. Doesn't leave too much. He's having a good think about it anyway. He's maybe looking to play the plant here actually, play the yellow off of the red and put the red in the middle. Brilliant shot if he can pull it off. Yeah, right idea. As I say, it's a shame he's opened that right up. Mark should be looking at that, take that one that's next to the yellow right now. Difficult shot, but he might not get on it again. I think it's worth the risk. It's the only ball that's stopping them winning this frame. Don't put the easy one. Don't put the easy one. Yeah, the only problem they've got now is there's a lot of going top to bottom at the table. See, just like that, just makes it that little bit more awkward there. I think if Mark had just taken the risky one, I fancied him to pot it. The frame was totally opened up. He could have done all his work that he needed to do down the bottom and then concentrated on going back up, but just left Richard. I mean, the most important thing is that they got reds. It's not disaster, but just more for the pattern. It would have been better to perhaps play the other one first. You just need to leave yourself a bit of an angle, Malcolm, to try and develop something to get into this bottom right hand side, or at least open up their balls, make them easier to pot into one of the other pockets perhaps. Yeah, that's not the worst. Say if he rolls this in the middle, then he's got the perfect angle on the one on the left hand side of the table. Oh, unlucky Rob. So it'll be interesting to see how they try and get that one difficult red out of there, and hopefully they don't leave it until the last ball. They've had a bit of a habit of that the last couple of frames, and it's made it a bit tricky for them in frames that they should have been a little bit more comfortable in. So we'll see what they go for here. I don't really like leaving plants in the corner too often. It's so difficult for so easy, sorry, for things just to go slightly wrong. Yeah, Richards played the right shot there. There was no value in going for that. They're still going to have that problem with ball. Like you say, Mark takes that out first ball, and that's quite a simple frame for them, and just now everything's just running a little bit awkward. Still strong favourites for the frame, but just a little bit more awkward than it maybe needed to be. Mark might take the opportunity now just to hit that red next to yellow and put the yellow onto the cushion. Keeps everything tight down there, but opens up the red. Makes it easier for them. We'll see how that pans out. It's depending on what Rob does here, that could be a little bit awkward. Can I see that one on the side? Yeah, I think you can see that one closest to the black. I could leave them a little awkward here. I'm not even sure there's not a gap to get that yellow past the red into the pocket either. Oh, wow. That was aggressive. Nice shot, Rob. Hook at him. Yeah, I think I just play the hook, or even leave him the one over the pocket, Rob. That's not an issue either. There's not really much value in potting this. You need to be very accurate to get the white where you need it. It's probably a safer shot just to play the safety. I'm not sure what you were playing there, Rob, to be honest. I think he's maybe tried to play the hook and just ended up with a double kiss, which he obviously didn't want, but if Richard can get Mark high enough here off of this plant, he should be able to oh, I'll be glad that never went anyway. It's going to be tough for them from here. And maybe flick off that yellow farthest on the right hand side. Try and just get a bit of distance with the white. You don't want to do too much. You don't want to leave them that easy. Yeah, he's left it easy and he's left him to give him 2 shots as well. So it should be 7-2. A little bit close to it, but not an issue. More of a stretch for Richard. Yeah, that's what he's looking at there. Mark. Oh no. Wow. Shouldn't have been anywhere near there. Still quite fancy Richard to pot this, but it's far harder than it should have been. Yeah, it wasn't easy. Now they've given the lifeline to Rob and Malcolm again. I think I'll be taking the one at the left, not that one, I think I'll be taking the other one. Leave myself in the bottom 1 second. Need a little bit of luck here with the cue ball. Oh, I thought he was cutting it in the middle. I think I would have went for the other one just to, for slightly easier position on the bottom one. Yeah, 7-2, they got off with that one. Made a simple finish hard. Gave the lads a chance to get back in it. Straight in the middle. So 2 shots. Got the yellows. Let's say this is where the experience of the black ball rules comes in here. You don't waste your first shot, just flick a more difficult one out and then make sure that you leave yourself a simple yellow. Yeah, so he can pot this one, but he's got to make sure that he leaves Rob a simple yellow for the second one. That's the issue you've got with doing that. Yeah, you can double that out and leave it the same one on in the opposite middle. Be perfect. You see, that's the problem. I think he actually went for that. He just needed to like double it out and leave it in the opposite middle. He's just left that a little bit awkward, and you're almost looking thinking you've got to go reds now if you want to stay at the table. Again, they're not bad, the reds. If you can get onto that one on the right hand side down the rail, you can either take that pocket or pot it. That's kind of the frame ball. Yellows is risky now. If you don't get this, you want to make sure you get control of the frame. Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and take the harder option. Risky going yellow, like. And that's worked out nice though. Needed a bit of luck and he's got it. So it goes in the middle, Malcolm. Take the one next that's tied up onto the red just now. Yeah, it does. You don't need to hit it hard. Just roll it through. You should be on the one in the middle next to it. Yep, that's perfect. Don't think it's too close. I think you should be okay. Playing away from it. Yeah, no, that's not bad at all. Doesn't seem to fancy this, so Rob. He played that nice. Then I think he's going to drop this in the middle and play the one at the top, perhaps. Yeah, no, I think now where you've left that position, I think maybe play the one next to the black. It's not that easy to make sure you're on something here, Rob. Don't snooker him. Don't try and hit it too hard either. I think he's still on it. Got perfect position as well. Yeah, Mark just playing a sensible shot. Just take. Oh, I didn't really want that though. Didn't really want to tie them up together. That might actually go as well. Does that yellow go in the corner? Tight, but looks like it might. He's got it. Aye, that was a strange one for Mark there. I thought he was playing to knock it out but play the snooker almost at the same time, but he's just slightly overhit that and left these lads a chance. Oh, Malky. Didn't expect him to miss that. He's been quite composed on that shots. Had Rob perfect on the black as well. Now is Richard going for this? Oh, I think there's a gap there. There's definitely a gap there. A little bit rushed from Richard there, which is very unlike him. But he just got down and hit that quite quickly there. Yeah, that's more like you, Malcolm. Well done. Yeah, a couple of uncharacteristic shots in this match from Mark and Richard there. Let the boys back in. welcome to break 7-3. Another dry break. Again, no clear favourite for colour. Probably yellows, I would say. You've got the one you can play up the top. A bit risky. You can play the red onto the yellow plant in the middle. Risky. You got this plant. Risky. Ooh. Oof, I tell you what, he's got away with that. Oof. Very close to dropping into the middle pocket there. Now what's Richard trying to explain here? I didn't see any fouls or anything, so they must just be having a bit of banter about something. So he's just going to take the easy option of the reds here. After Mark's shot there, it's not really... it's kind of made the reds slightly better. So, or better than they were. Yellows would still be the favourite colour for me, but... Now again, you don't need to be too aggressive here. A bit unfortunate there. The yellow just popped off the cushion and almost sat on the yellow. Just made it a little bit more awkward. Yeah, that'll do you, Rob. Wasn't really too much to go for there. Anything too aggressive would have been silly. Sorry, I had some club business to deal with there. We're back now. So yeah, Richard Mark full control here. I think he's maybe got a chance that he could hit that red up off the top rail and leave both of those yellows snookered or certainly awkward. Yeah, it's hard to say. I think he has maybe, it's maybe not a total, but I don't think that's too bad a shot he's played there. Yeah, he's going to force and marking it, clearing this pocket. I'm not sure I would be keen on that. Yeah, that's, I'm not sure I would have been keen playing that one. I think I'd have tried to mess about with the other one a little bit more first. Just where the black is, it's not guaranteed to get on it. Yeah. So here we go, another chance. Again, like I say, don't want to move that one next to the black. That's just your kind of safety net there. You can play that red that's next to the white. I think it'll go up the top. He's having a look. It's tight, but it doesn't have to go either. Just get in the way of the yellow. He's played that at a good pace. Oh, nice shot. I think he's got the snooker there, yeah. Good shot, Malcolm. Puts you in a strong position here. Even if Mark can hit this yellow and pot it, where the black is, you'd probably have the reds as the favourite now. Good hit, Mark. Perfect. But I think your partner could be in a world of hurt with his next shot. Yeah, he's just going to flick this one off the rail. Play safe. Oh. I think I would have been hitting the other side of it. He's given Richard the chance here to hit that yellow and leave the white right in there. Maybe force him into moving the red away. So that's, I think I would have just hit the other side of that red and flicked it out a little bit. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, Richard. But you've got to finish this now, boys. Take the one along the top rail with your first shot. Then the one over the bag with the second shot. Or even pot the yellow, if you want to. If the red doesn't go past it, it's probably the shot to play. Can't see there. Yeah, no, yeah, just pot that. No problem there. Oh, okay. I'm not sure I see the value in that. Just makes things a little bit more awkward for yourself. Yeah, it's... You maybe just try and hit this one on the left hand side. Try and put the white in behind the black somewhere. Okay, just need to make sure they don't give away 2 shots and they're in full command of this frame. Mark and Richard have kind of just got to mess around with it, try and force them into going for something that they don't really want to go for. Yeah, he doesn't really want to put another red down there. I've got to be careful now because that yellow goes, I think. Just bump this red off the bottom cushion, try and leave the white on the right hand side rail. Or even better if you can get it in behind the black, but you don't want to try and be too cute with it and leave a cut on the... Yeah, that's a good shot. I quite like that because that's made it awkward for Kid always queuing as well to bridge over that. So to be able to bridge over it and do something with the yellow isn't easy at all. Yeah. He's a bit unlucky putting it onto the rail again. But he had to, it was all he could do really, give it a clout and hope he got it in a better position. Which he technically has, but just where the black is, it doesn't, things aren't too easy for him. Oh no, don't. He hasn't played that very well. I think if Malcolm can see the plant now, yeah. Let's go for this. And that's, see what I mean? Said it 2 or 3 times in this match already. I just don't like leaving those plants. You've got to be so straight with them and make sure you leave the other one right over the pocket. Not the worst for getting a snooker here, though. They should still be favourites for this frame. That's a good shot. Really good. The problem I've got is if Richard hits this yellow and leaves the white roughly where the yellow is, it's now got to be a plant in the middle, whereas before it would have been a lot easier. You've got too much side on it. Hard to judge, it was so close to the black. Yeah, now I think I'd be looking at what you're looking at there, Malcolm. Play that red up the top rather than move it. Stun back. If you don't get it, it's hanging. If you do get it, you've got a tap in the middle, a tap in black. I think lifting the white is just, yeah, going to cause you problems. Let's see what space we've got between the red. Yeah, there's a good bit of space between the red and the white as well, so... Oh, how has that happened? I think he just needed a little bit more of a screw there. He's kind of pushed it through. What are you thinking, Rob? What are you seeing here? A double, perhaps? Or you just bump it off the cushion and try and cover the red? I think he's looking at a double. Problem you've got with this is the white is flying. You have no idea where the white's going here. He's got it. He's got the hook though. That's a tough one to take for Mark there. He could actually get in, but if he plays it right, he can get in behind this yellow. Bottom rail, side rail, and just nestle in behind it. But if he doesn't get it right, he's leaving the tap in red over the pocket. Oh my god. He looks pissed off there that he's actually just fluked that and hooked himself. I'm not sure what he was playing there. Certainly not the way I would have been looking at it. I think I would have been trying to nestle him behind the yellow there. Chance for Richard. It's a big one. Didn't get the pot, but at least he's not left an easy red and he's put the black safe, so Malcolm might be wise not to attack this red too much and just hope that they don't pot the double. And he's not left a big pocket either. Yeah, good shot. Is Mark going to be brave? Does he go for the cut here? Is it going to be a hit and hope? He's went for the cut. He's not got it though. That was a very difficult shot, to be fair to him. He's got a little bit fortunate where he's put the white, just makes it that a little bit more awkward for Rob. But he doesn't need to do anything with it, just don't follow it through. Black's over the hole. Oh, it's another one. That's another one thrown away. That's 2 in this match now. You could be looking at 6-5. Instead, you're looking down the barrel of a gun, 8-3. Yeah, twice Rob's had that chance in this match. Just a red quite close to the pocket. He's just dug into it. Missed the pot with the black hanging. Aye, you'd think so, Callum. Like I say, when you look at that 2 frames with easier kind of reds, easy black, you're looking at 6-5 instead of 8-3. It's small margins in these matches. Just a quick toilet stop for someone. I definitely would say, let's say there was one a bit earlier on in the match as well. Very, very similar. There was a red quite close to the pocket with the black. Not quite as easy, but easy enough. And exactly the same scenario, just hit it too hard. And the red never went and left a simple tap in black for the other team. And here we go again. Richard breaking, and again dry. What is going on tonight? I don't think any of them can believe it. I don't think we've hardly made a ball off the break. I think I'd be fancying yellows here. If I could get that yellow on the bottom, almost on the bottom rail there, if that goes past that red and you can take that pocket, then that's, yeah, and it does. You can move that out that pocket and all the other ones go. So I would say yellows would be my favourite, just with a couple of slightly awkward reds. He's taking reds though. That's not a problem, we can roll this right down the rail. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it's a good hanger. It's a big shot actually. The frame's at their mercy if they can make it. Yeah, nice one. Same again here. It's the shot. You're looking at it, Malcolm. Yep, that's the one. Not quite came out as far as he would have liked there. We have to play this one into the middle now. Bounce. Oh, it's a little bit unlucky. A little bit unlucky. Just left awkward queuing now. Doesn't have much of an angle by the looks of it either. Right then, boys. The yellows are all there. See, I think I would just take that easy one up the top to start. Get myself onto the next one. And like I said at the very start, if you'd went yellows, I think that one quite easily passes the red. I'm not sure I'd be keen playing the plant though, Mark. That's easy to go wrong. That yellow up the top isn't covering anything. Just pot it and try and get back into position. This could go wrong. If he gets it, he's laughing, but yeah, he's managed it. I'd be screwing that one into the middle pocket, getting my white right over tight onto that right hand rail, and then putting that red and screwing across the table to the to try and disturb the other everything at the other side. You need a little bit of luck doing that, but yeah, he's just a little bit. Nah, he might have enough angle. A little bit straight for me, that. Okay, he's gonna have to hit this quite hard. Deserved a bit better luck than that. Played that nicely. But I'd say that gives control to the yellows now. Oh, Napoli's had somebody sent off. De Lorenzo. Oh, they've subbed De Bruyne already. Is he injured? Let me see. No, I think they've just swapped them. Swapped them because they went down to 10. You'll not be happy with that. Just join the dots now, Richard. Yeah, it's all going to be about the transition here. The two kind of awkward balls left. Probably not the worst shot to hang this, to be honest. You know, it's one of them you could be in potting your way into trouble. Yep. He flirted a little bit closer than I would have liked there, just with it newly clothed. It's quite easy to drop that that yellow just to drop in there. Oh, and that's the problem. That's the risk you run. Great pot from Malcolm. Brilliant pot. Can Rob follow it up? No. No, no, no. Richard fancying here. I think we'd take that one on the right hand side first. Oh, okay. I think that would have been my second ball. The problem you've got here is that you're risking leaving the black if he doesn't quite get this from this angle. I would expect Mark to get it, but it just adds a little bit of pressure to him knowing where the black's sitting. Yep, that was the risk there. That was the risk. Just caught the rail, just caught the cushion before it went. Just and no more. And is this another frame that passes them by? We should be looking at 6 each. We're probably looking at 9-3. Perfect position from Richard. That's an excellent shot. Very well judged. And there you have it, 9-3. They're on the hill. Oh. That's more like it, Rob. That's more like it. Any red you want. Not bad, Malcolm. Needs a tidy shot here from Rob. Just needs to screw back slightly. He could leave that red in the top or the middle. Just doesn't want to snooker him behind the yellow. Yeah, just... I'm not sure. Rob doesn't seem to get through the ball. Like kind of more of a stun shot than a screw shot. I think I'd be playing that up the top if you can, Malcolm. He's looking for the cut, but that's very, very difficult. Yeah, that was the shot. He's just not hit it hard enough. I think that was going. So is this it? Do they have it in them to take this out? Yeah, I think I would have been leaving. That's the one I've been trying to get you on, Richard, as well. I wouldn't have been maybe leave you as much angle as that, but yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Again, pretty good mark. A little bit of composure here. Fancy them to take this out. It's all about getting onto that one on the right hand side and having the confidence to screw back. Yep. I think I'd be taking that now. Yeah. Take it now, Mark. Take the one on the right hand side. Screw back. Bit of confidence. You don't want to be leaving that one till last to try and get on at the black. Yeah, that was... It's not quite so easy now to get on. I mean, he should still be able to manage it, but it just makes it a little bit awkward. It was easier, I think. The way, yeah, he snookered himself. It was easier the way Mark had it the first time. Luckily now that it is a total, he can just let it come off the cushion and kiss into this. But yeah, that's what I was meaning earlier. Oh my word, Mark, that's a poor shot. That's what I was meaning earlier when I said to take the other one first. It's just made it a little bit more difficult than it needed to be there. Playing the middle one first, it was harder to get the same good angle that he had on it. I wouldn't say that was nerves at 9-3 up. I think maybe it's just a quick lapse in concentration, maybe more than anything. Oh, Rob. Does the red still go? hopefully. Malcolm's not sure, must be tight. Same thing, he doesn't have to go, you could, you've got to take the pocket at least. You don't need to do anything with the white if it does. Even if you can just hit pocket pace and hope that the jaw takes it in. You don't need to do anything fancy. Oh, it went no problem. I don't know what the issue was. Yeah. Well done. Not a big break from Mark, nothing down. I think it's going to have to be reds, just an easier starter ball. It does need a little bit of development down the bottom here, but yep, in control this one again. Just not quite there. It seemed to be chasing position quite a lot. The last few frames, just not quite getting the white to where it needs to be to make it easier. How he went round everything there, that's unlucky. He's going to be raging with that. How he's managed to get that white round there and not hit anything, I do not know. Yeah, probably as well not going in. You wouldn't have wanted it to land so awkwardly, Richard, but it was... didn't get the luck you needed to leave yourself on your next ball anyway. At least it makes the reds a little bit more awkward with it with hanging that one. Yeah, so that's Rob, just same sort of idea, not wanting to go for too much, just knock the red out into the open, make Mark clear something for him. he's got a slight bit of fortune there with the white landing on the red, but he's still got a shot into the middle here, Malcolm. It did certainly develop the reds a little bit better there for... sorry, the yellows a lot better there for Mark. They've still got the difficult one on the right hand side, but at least the other two now go whereas they didn't before. Oh, what a shot, Malcolm. Didn't even see that one. The only issue you've got is you've now opened up that difficult yellow. So you cannot do or die. You gotta go for it now, boys. There's still a good chance. It's all about getting position onto that last red. Well, I say that. Did I just put you off there, Malcolm? Nothing fancy here, Mark. You want to just pot this? I would be screwing it. I'd be pushing that through just to... Yeah, it just makes that a little bit more difficult when you're punching into the ball like that. You just need to roll it through off of the side cushion and leave Richard it would have been a difficult shot down the rail, but it would have left him a shot and would have almost guaranteed Mark potting the yellow there. But just the way he's had to cue that, it just makes it that little bit harder. Yeah, it's a brave shot, Rob. Again, he's just said, right, come on, Richard, let's see what you're made of. But this is kind of Richard's forte, these straight kind of... I seen him practicing on the snooker tables the other day with some fancy gadget to help his cueing straight, so... And again, the commentator's curses killed him. Right, does that red go past the yellow? It doesn't look like it from this angle. Oh, wow. That's a risky one to take on. You can't do anything with the white either. I think it would go pocket pace, or certainly sit in the pocket, which would be good enough, but it's risky, very risky at this stage of the match. I think he's better playing safe off of that one he's got up the top, rather than trying to take that out. What's Rob thinking? Play safe off of that one and knock the red out. Is that what they're looking at? Also an option as well, but you've just got to make sure that you don't flicker a yellow out. That's risky. just like that. That was the risk. Flicking the yellow out was always the risk. So I think I would have just took my medicine, played the one up the top, and then made Mark move one of that yellows, and that red would have then went in the pocket the second time there. I think that was just slightly aggressive to play it the way they did. Mark's game has gone to pot. He's missing left, right, and centre now. Ones that he wasn't missing earlier. So does that that red now definitely goes into that pocket. So if you can pot the one in the middle, should be on the one up the top. What's he looking at here? I think you've got to pot that one in the middle, Rob. You fancy Richard to pot this, but the problem you've got is holding the white. I think he'll be okay. Yeah, I would say you would be about there, Richard, middle pocket somewhere. Yeah, just caught a tad on the thin side. They're making hard work of this match. Just getting over the line. Yeah, sensible from Mark. I think if Malcolm just cuts this red in the corner, save the awkward cue in, puts the white up the top. Yeah, I think I'd be cutting that one just with the awkward cue in Malcolm is more what I'm thinking. You're still going to get the same outcome even if you cut the red. You're still going to get the white up over that other side of the table. He's giving him two shots. Yeah, you see that was just awkward. You'd have been better trying to cut the red in the corner, Malcolm, and just you'd have still got the white up that side of the table like you needed there. So, barring a miracle, that should be the end of the match. Richard's done well putting the red safe just as a banker here. Mark should just roll this in and Richard should be on the black in the corner. Yep, perfect. And there we have it, folks. A lot closer than the scoreline suggests, but 10-4 is the final result. So I'm hoping now that there was a call out on a page earlier on about Kev Simpson and Neil Craig taking on the winners of this match. So that would be should be a good one for the stream if it happens. Thanks everyone for tuning in anyway, and we will catch you next time. Not sure what we've got next. Probably the flyer on Sunday. I don't think we've got any games planned in, but you never know. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Catch you later.